And so it begins. Hello, everyone, and welcome to another post-show breakdown here at BC WrestlePod. Of course, it is the Takedown Troupe, your weekly TNA Wrestling post-show where I and whoever can still make it after watching these episodes half the time talk about TNA Wrestling. And tonight's a special one because not only are we covering the go home show for TNA Wrestling before No Surrender. We're also going to make our predictions for No Surrender tonight. We got a nice little form and everything that we're going to fill out. And as we're doing this, No Surrender is happening right now. I need TNA to stop doing Friday pay-per-views like this. I was just like, what happened, you guys? We couldn't do it on Saturday. Like, what are we doing? It's crazy out here. But my name is Mikey. I am El Jefe. I run the ones and twos, and I lead this group of bandit of misfits every week. And then joining me tonight and this evening, he's been away for a little bit due to some fun adventures and some other things. But Radio Free Will is in the building, and we got lots. Yeah, I'm happy he's here because when it's just the two of us, things happen.
Yeah, we tend to go on too long.
That is very, very true. But it's a fun one nonetheless. I am happy that you are back, my friend. We may or may not have a Papa also popping in, maybe, possibly, who knows? But shout out to him and his spring play. God, he loves it, but he also is just like, I can't wait for it to be over. I can only imagine. But if you are new here to BC WrestlePod or you've been with us for a while, you know that YouTube, Twitch, and Kick is where you can find most of our lives. YouTube also houses the edited versions of all the shows that we do. But we also are available on the social medias at BC WrestlePod, where you can find report cards, prediction forms, like you're about to see in a matter of maybe an hour or two. When we finish these predictions, and it was like, so about this, I know the pay-per-view is over, but were we correct? So those are always fun to do for TNA when we get Friday pay-per-views.
Oh, and before we dive in too much deeper on this, I do have a wrestling related shout out that I want to make. A huge shout out to Vixie Bell of the Pocket Dragon Pub fame, aka my girlfriend, who for Valentine's Day managed to procure me a copy of Butts in Seats, the Tony Schiavone story, the graphic novel. And as you can see by the card marking my place, I'm about halfway through it, but it is yeah, as the wrestling nerd that I am, this is an awesome addition to my collection of comic books.
Shout out to Vixie. They are a keeper. She is a keeper. Like she is a keeper. And I love that she takes care of you. They take care of you. Radio Free Will. I was
Absolutely.
like, you take care of my friends, you're good in my book. Like that is all that matters to me. But speaking of which, tomorrow is Valentine's Day or Single Awareness Day for some of us out here. Or in other parts around the country, it is the we're far enough. It is just like it's the fucking we in a situation ship type of night. But whatever it is,
how did Dean one of the Winchesters put it? Grifter Christmas.
I mean,
lonely Grifter Christmas. That's what it was. It's
that is another way to describe it. But whatever you are celebrating tomorrow, and if you're looking to get your persons, your people, your clan, yourself something nice, well, I got something for you. You could head over to our shop, bcwrestlepodshop.fourthwall.com, where we have some merchandise, which as of right now just includes some stuff for our weekly shows. The international brands will be slowly going in on the weekend, hopefully, but they are there. But also, guys, we pay for a lot of streaming services. We pay for a lot of streaming services. I love wrestling and we cover a lot, but we got to pay for these streaming services. The streaming services are bad, but when we got to pay for these pay-per-views, though, that's just like, ooh, I got to shell out $40, $50, but it's okay because I love it and it's worth it. But if you feel so inclined to donate, we have a coffee bot in the Twitch and the YouTube chat that will be popping up every couple of minutes or so.
And I would like to point out that, like, and with certain organizations, like, you support the things you love, you know, like, and if it's a thing you love, you don't yo ho ho it. Like, it's because you want to believe that it will, in some capacity, give back to you, not in just in the sense of like, enjoying the content that they produce. Like, and obviously that changes with certain tiers of groups. Like, obviously, something like TNA, who is still trying to get their feet back under them. Yeah, we'll support them. We'll give them some money. Like mystery wrestling, absolutely. If there's a Patreon, like I feel like that's a thing that we could get in on, is like, or trying to find some of the other smaller guys.
100%.
I mean, WWE, no, 16 men on a dead man's chest. Go fuck yourself. It's
yeah, it's you get the drift.
yo ho, a pirate's life for me.
Exactly. Sometimes we sell the 7Cs for some of these, but for most of these, we pay out of pocket because we want to support the things that we love. And TNA, sometimes it makes it very hard for me to love you, but I still love you in certain capacity.
It's just,
I have a love-hate relationship with you, TNA. Am I still going to watch you on a weekly basis? Yes, because it makes great content for us.
Let's rip the Band-Aid off.
All right, let's just jump into this episode because we also got to be. Yeah, because this was a nothing burger episode. This is inconsequential, and I was like, well, I'm looking forward to the next set of
teams. I'm so glad tomorrow. I came back to this episode.
I was like, damn, like the last 2 weeks, I was like, okay, I have questions, but you know what? The last 2 weeks actually have been pretty good. I've been enjoying some of the matches. And then I was just like, guys, it's 2 hours and we had 3 matches. I was like, yep, this is the leftover episode. This is the leftover of what they had left with that they taped.
Yeah.
And I'm just sitting here. We're going to get into it, but I was just like, also, there's a pay-per-view. And while I was putting the predictions form together, I forgot certain matches were happening because we did not mention them this episode at all. So it's like, okay. So let's just jump into it, right? So I'm just gonna let this picture be here for a little bit. There we go. Boy. Okay, so we start off with Moose, and he cuts a promo. He I was just like, all right,
if he's cutting promos, those scissors are dull.
I was like, this promo was whatever, man. And honestly, it's the same thing that we've kind of seen when we have somebody get just like thrown out of a faction. It's just like, I know how they operate. We gonna take them down. And then he calls out Mike Santana to the ring. I was just like, okay. Which, Mike comes down. Mike and Moose are ready. They want to fight right now. Daria Ray comes out. She's like, no, we are not doing this right now. You're going to wait until the main event. I was just like, good job, Daria. Way to kill the vibes. I'm just kidding. I was just
don't kid about that. She did.
She did kill the vibes. She killed many of vibes. I was just like, Daria, I love you, girl. I truly do. But like, oh man, I was just like, I hate you. And I'm supposed to, but damn.
Yeah.
I kept hearing Kendrick Lamar playing around every time she popped up on my screen. She was like, please don't kill my vibe.
Yeah, but she is one of those people. I am happy to see her working. I am happy that she's still in the industry after the way WWE screwed her over.
Mm-hmm. That being said, God.
Like, heel authority figures are fine. They're fine, But like when they're the fun police, like there's other ways to be a heel authority figure than to be the fun police.
I'm just like, let me have my fun. This is all I have left, Maria. Sometimes this is all I have left. Anyways, so we're getting our main event in the main event. So I was just like, okay. And then I realized, I was like, hold up, wait a minute. And I looked at the card. I was like, wait a minute. I was like, Moose is not even on the pay-per-view, the fudge. I was like, what? I'm like, oh my goodness.
He's not on the pay-per-view?
He's not on the pay-per-view, and neither is any of the system. And I'm just sitting here, and I'm just like, oh my God. I was like, missed opportunity. The hell. Whatever, man. TNA, LOL TNA sometimes, man. LOL TNA. You're already putting your hand.
Yeah.
We're just starting, Will. We're just starting.
No, we're just which is why I described as ripping the Band-Aid off.
And it was at this point of the show, I knew I was just like, oh, we're going to be in for a ride, aren't we? Anywho. Well, I mean, we go from this to this, which like I said, and then we go to this.
This promo could have been an email.
It really could have. I'm smelling Alicia screwing Moose over in some capacity in the near future and joining her husbando.
Of course.
The husbando. We know where this is going. I was just like, what in the TV drama is this? I was just like, Alicia Edwards. In what we have seen so far in 2026 when it comes to professional wrestling, I hate these contract talks in character. I was just like, please don't say that. I was like, we already lost too many people into TNA over the last year, and that not even that, the last 6 months.
Honestly, that was the feeling of this entire episode. Of like this entire episode, like you said, it was just such a nothing burger of an episode, and it's just like, and I'm sitting here going like, they have nobody.
I was just like, you lost people to WWE. Visa issues are also keeping a good chunk of your roster not in the States either.
And like it's just like, I knew losing the Rascals was going to be a big hit to their roster. I was not anticipating it being this big a hit. You know?
No, like, God bless Trey Miguel. Like, we're trying with you, but I was just like, this was a big hit to lose Zach and Myron and Des.
they have no baby faces.
They really don't.
They have like, no baby faces left. Like that. Okay, they've got Elijah, they've got Moose, they've got Mike Santana,
and they got Leon. That's about it.
Well, and I'm not even really counting Leon. Dude, that guy is just kind of circling the drain until his contract runs out until he jumps to WWE.
Fair.
Excuse me. You've got the Hardys, but they don't. I'm not really counting them either because they're just they're at this legend point where they're not going to put anybody over. The next person they put over is going to be their retirement match, if that.
If that. This is wild. So Alicia, she's like, my contract's coming up. I don't know if I want this. And Moose is like, I get it. You do what you got to do. And I was just like, Alicia, we'll see you in 2 weeks when you screw Moose over and you'll join your husbando. Yeah. All right, let's keep it going. You know what? I was pleasantly surprised. I actually really liked this match. It was pretty good.
This was fine, but there was nothing. There were no surprises here.
There wasn't. And I have a question. I was like, so where's the trajectory for Rich Homie Swan? Like, where are we going with him now?
Like, no shade to him, but like, he's definitely on the back half of his career. So barring like some major reinvention of character, I don't see him getting pushed as like a major top guy.
Mm-hmm.
You know, like, once again, no shade to him. I don't like he's a great performer, but like, once again, it has less to do with his athletic ability in the ring and more to do with his personality. You know, once again, it needs to be this reinvention of character. Like they refer to him as like all night long Rich Swann a couple of times over the course of this match. Right. And it's like, I like that. Like, but like, in order for him to put it this way, in order for him to really live up to that, you know what he would need to do, actually? And I'm going to mention a name that is definitely one of those names that nobody mentions anymore, and for very good reason. But if he was going to steal, he needs to steal someone's gimmick. He needs to steal the Velveteen Dreams gimmick. Okay? He needs to go like, he needs to look at people like Velveteen Dream or Jay Lethal or like, these other people that have these larger than life personalities. Look at you. When I say Jay Lethal, I'm referring very specifically to Black Machismo.
I was gonna say, I'm pretty sure that's what you're referring to.
Right. Like, it needs to be this, like, if they want to make him this top guy and really sell him as a top guy, it's got to come down to his gimmick.
Mm-hmm.
In ring, yeah, we all know he can go in the ring, but it's going in the ring doesn't sell t-shirts. You know what I mean? It's and I hate to reduce the art of wrestling to selling t-shirts, but you know what I mean. It's like,
Listen, as somebody who's gone to a couple of GCW shows, t-shirts and autographs is what gets these people paid extra. Like, that's what you gotta do, man.
Yeah.
It's like merchandise is just as important as in-ring talent.
And the merchandise comes from your gimmick and your personality and your ability to sell yourself as a character, and honestly, I know it's, Papa Oso and I greatly disagree on our opinion, or have very different opinions on AJ Francis. I think that's one of the reasons I like AJ Francis so much. Like, yeah, he's solid in the ring, but his character work is so good. He plays such a good, despicable heel, that, like, that's what sells it for me. And like I said, I don't see that with Rich Swann. And I mean, I think a lot of it may be, just speaking of AJ Francis, might be because he spent so much time as, like, playing second banana to AJ Francis in first class, that, like, he hasn't had a chance to really shine on his own. And once again, in ring, fine. Character wise,
we need a little more.
Yeah. We need a little more shine, a little more polish on the character work.
So, I mean, some of my moments that I did like the, backflip out of the danger zone. But ultimately, Nick Nemeth wins. I was just like, okay, that's pretty. I was just like, all right, Nick, I'm sitting here. I was just like, we're just trying to get you to no surrender. We're gonna get you to no surrender. That is literally Nick Nemeth the last couple of weeks leading into this build up for no surrender. I was like, we just gonna get you to no surrender, and then we'll see what happens from there. So,
yeah.
And this was, I was just like, I will say, spoiler alert, I was just like, had I known, I'm like, damn, there's only 3 matches. I was like, we got 2 hours to fill. What are we about to see? I'm just like, oh no,
a lot of bullshit. This is what we're about to see. Speaking.
Listen, I'm not gonna lie. This is a screenshot because Indy Hartwell. This was me by the end of this episode, girl. This was me by the end of the episode.
So you want to know what would be really interesting to do with one of your top contenders for the Knockouts Tag Team Champions is, like, take your number 1 contender team of the
Angel Warriors,
in the Angel Warriors, and then take one of them out. Take the interesting one out and replace her with White Bread.
Indie girl, I love you, but I don't know what they don't know what we doing with you. I don't know what you doing, girl. And but honestly, she's mood in this picture, and she's accurately describing me this episode.
It's really, I know. Let's put them together because they're both Australian. That's.
I was like, I don't want to say that's racist, but that was just like, come on now. I was just like, this is not Aussie, oi, oi, oi. Okay, calm down. There can only be one Aussie open, okay? And that is Kyle Fletcher and my second baby daddy, Mark Davis. I'm just putting it out there right now.
So, wait. Is this planting seeds for the United Empire to come to TNA, or no? It is definitely not.
It is definitely not. Now, underneath the previous regime of Scott D'Amore, where we got Will Ospreay and just Speedball Mike Bailey just having a banger for no reason on television and a pay-per-view, I'm like, why not? I was like, that match was baller. But, oh, I miss those days. But I am happy to see most of them all in AEW, still doing their thing. But yeah, I was just like, we really need to revamp this Knockouts tag team division.
when you say that most of them are now in AEW, there's a part of me that's just like, and let's pour one out for Jeff Cobb. It's
God, Jeffrey. I'm so sorry, Jeffrey. And I'm pouring one out for the Gorillas of Destiny too. I was like, y'all are some badasses in New Japan, and unfortunately, y'all got stuck with Solo Sikoa. I just want not to invoke another promotion, but I'm like, WWE, just let Solo Sikoa be silly. I like it when he's silly. That shit is hilarious, and he actually does better. But
he has a decent sense of comic timing.
I was just like, I want the Street King of Fighter NXT version of Solo Sikoa because that was hilarious, but it was also worked well. But anyways, this is to make the match made between these two and the Elegance brand for the Knockouts tag titles at No Surrender. I'm like, at least it's on the main card and not on the pre-show, on the countdown show. So I'm like, all right, girls. Well, we'll see you for No Surrender, and we know how this is gonna go.
Yeah.
This also could have been an email, but you know what? I gotta shout out production because I do like when we do like these layered shots.
Yeah.
You know, you have Vincent in the front, and then when it's time for Dutch to speak, it zooms like we get him more in focus, and then he kind of is out of focus when Vincent comes back and talks. So it's like, I like these shots. Could have been an email.
Cinematography.
This is probably the best shot thing.
In a sense of cinematography, I like what they did here. The promo could have been an email. Also, TNA, what the fuck are you doing with the Righteous?
I was like, why are we making
What are you doing?
Why are we teaming them with the Hardys now? Like, we're missing some steps here.
Do you want them to be a face or do you want them to be heel? Because like you can't have both. And I know tweeners exist, but a gimmick like this is not a tweener gimmick. Okay? Like,
you need to pick a lane. And again,
seriously.
I like the Righteous, but the problem is that when you have the Righteous go up the Hardys are always going to end up being the baby faces, even if you try to make them more dastardly, because it's the Hardys. Like, every time the Righteous speak, like, the whole building is always booing them, and I was just like, damn, I know they heels, but damn, you guys. I was like, let them speak.
Like, you got to put them in a program with someone that's a little bit less beloved than the Hardys, which would be great if TNA had another fucking tag team to put them up against.
Which we don't. And I'm just like, whatever, man. This crowd, this episode kind of made me, I was like, okay, I'm rocking with you in some parts, but then there are other parts I'm like, can y'all just shut the fudge up? Like, we're far enough in. I was like, can you shut the fuck up? Like, I was like, and when we get there, I was like, okay, I know it's him and it's well-deserved, but gosh, dang, you guys, let this man talk. I hate it. Ooh, I was just like, Stone Cold, I love you, but you created a monster. You created a monster. I was just like,
what?
Exactly. I was just like, I love it when it's used correctly, but I'm like, damn, can y'all, after like 5 minutes of it, I'm like, can y'all shut the fuck up? Anywho, so the Hardys and the Righteous are on the same side because they will be. We're gonna get to it. I was like, oh, okay, so they're definitely going to be fighting the system or whatever, right? And then I see they're fighting Order 4. I'm like, where the hell was that plot development? I was like, what? I'm like, and how are we not going? Anyways, we're gonna get there when we get there.
How are we gonna get Order 4 and Ali versus Elijah?
I'm like, I don't know. I was just like, I was confused. I was just like, wait, so Order 4 and the Righteous and the Hardys have a match, and then it's like Elijah and Ali's match is next week. Okay, never mind. Got it now.
All right.
They did a piss poor job explaining it, though. I was just like,
I
would like to thank the internet for correcting me. I was like, thank you for providing clarity. Anyways, moving on. Speaking of which.
Okay. This is my soapbox. I'll let you go ahead because I have a soapbox to get on about this one. Go ahead.
So, if you have been tuning into the Takedown Troupe, y'all know that first of all, the name of the cleanse is crazy, right? I was just like, it's 2026, that's what we're calling. Yeah. Eric Young has been kind of buffering for so long, and I was just like, what are we doing with you? I was like, either pull the trigger or not. Now, despite the context from last week, because the picture I used made it look like Eric Young was about to kidnap BDE, and it looked very bad in the picture. when Eric Young took his hand and covered BDE's mouth, I was just like, oh God, I'm about to witness a kidnapping on my TV screen, aren't I? Now, this crowd, this is where I was like, can y'all shut the fuck up? I was like, this what was annoying as hell. I cannot believe I'm saying this, but looking at everything that we have for No Surrender, I was just like, I kind of actually dig this story. I do like it.
How is this the most compelling thing on the No Surrender card?
That's what I was about to bring up. I was just like, how is this the most compelling thing? I was just like, I was like, oh my God, they're actually giving me plot developments with somebody that I've been waiting for plot development forever.
I have a theory on this. I have a theory on that. This is going to be part of my soapbox.
I hate you, TNA, because I was just like, I don't want to care about Eric Young, but this is the most compelling story going into No Surrender that we have. And I was like, it's with Eric Young and BDE of all people? That's crazy.
Okay. I have a really weird theory. And okay. Now,
let me introduce this real quick. So it's just like, and now it's time for conspiracy theories with Radio Free Will.
Okay.
Radio Free Will.
Conspiracy theories, and I'm going to get a little political here, okay? So throw the warning up if you have to.
I don't have to, but I'm going to because I think it's hilarious.
Yeah,
it's
okay.
Funny.
So,
all right, there we go.
Now, I'm not sure if it's WWE's continued meddling in TNA, whether it's Warner Brothers currently meddling with AEW, keeping Brody King off the air so that they can stop the fuck ice chants. I don't know if it's just sort of the news all over the news right now of, more and more details coming out about the Epstein files and, this notion of, conspiracy theories being proven true. Am I the only one that thinks that given EY's current gimmick, he could basically just keep the gimmick and they could change him babyface over it?
I cannot believe that, but I kind of agree with you.
Right?
Wild.
Change the name from Cleanse, because that's still cringe as all fuck. But
problematic.
Yes. But aside from that, bro, you kind of laid the groundwork for this on accident. And I'm just saying, if put it this way, if he beats BDE and BDE is you actually make some valid points, my friend. Okay? And they could turn this into something, okay? I don't know. It's just, it feels like the time, his timing, he was a little too early for the conspiracy theorist, get rid of the corruption kind of character. Okay. Mm-hmm. He was a little too early for it. So at that point, it got sort of weird. Now, the way the world is with, corporations act like the proof coming out about corporations controlling so much, it kind of hits now, and there's something to be said for him, bringing people in, and I don't know what Eric Young's politics are. I don't know if he's in the same camp as Brody King on the whole fuck ice notion, but it's,
there is potential to have something really cool here, and I cannot believe I'm saying this about Eric Young.
There is, and
and you know what? I'm gonna be so completely honest, Eric Young. I really hope this was your idea.
Yeah,
pitching this, because I was like, I have no faith that TNA would actually give me something of substance right now.
Oh my God, are you kidding? No, absolutely not.
And I'm just like, And here's the thing, right? So I know like Macklin quote unquote got fired, and I'm just sitting here and I'm just like, now if you bring Macklin back as more of a heel from this and we get more people into this, I'm here for this faction.
Like, you could absolutely come with me on this.
I am on a journey with you. Yes.
All right. So you have EY as this sort of conspiracy theorist kind of guy, right?
Mm-hmm.
If you really wanted to set up a tweener faction in TNA, this is the seed for it.
Mm-hmm.
Because he's making valid points about corruption and, political machinations happening backstage that he's sick and tired of, but he's still kind of an asshole about it, So like, and if there's anyone who's been on that same kind of thing, it's Macklin. And frankly, Macklin and Eric Young have fairly similar styles in the ring. Like, Macklin's a little bit more like strike and technical. EY's a little bit more power. Like, you could build this, and then once again, if they do decide to basically bring, like, for lack of a better term, knock some sense into BDE, like, and because he definitely brings the sort of the agility and the speed, you could build this almost like TNA's answer to the Death Riders.
I cannot believe I'm saying this, but I was just like, there's potential here.
Yeah.
I was like, in the words of Paul, it was like, and don't fuck it up.
Yeah.
Oh, Lord.
Like, you've spent enough time crawling with this gimmick, and you've managed to get on your feet. It's like it's a child learning to walk. You've crawled for so long with this gimmick. You've now gotten up on your feet. Now take a couple of steps and see what happens. It's
yeah. So to kind of quickly summarize this, right? Eric Young calls out BDE, be like, hey, this is like, what's your answer? BDE's like, no. And then Eric Young beats him up and beats up security. Fantastic. Loved it. But then it also leads us into this.
And this was, I mean, yeah, it's Daria being the fun police again. But, like, it's weird. And honestly, I had forgotten about this part, and this almost disproves everything we just said.
I know, right? I'm just like, gosh darn it, y'all had something great, and then this happened.
And he's like, no, there's corruption. And then the boss comes and says, like, no, let him go. Okay, so there's corruption, and you are being corrupted, my guy.
It's like we took one step forward and 18 steps back. I was like, damn it, TNA. We could have done without this, and I would have been fine.
Yeah.
This should have been the before, and then after he comes back into the ring and then calls out BDE or whatever. I don't know, man. I was just like, oh, this is fantastic. Oh, we ruined it. Darn it. Anyways. Yep. I'm like, I don't know where we're going with Daria and Santino. This is a weird thing. I was like, this is a weird development.
It is. And like,
I was like, Santino's no longer depressed, but at the same time.
Yeah, and it's like I said, like, Daria is she's just not doing it for me.
I'm just like, Daria, I love you as a person. This character is not it. Anyways, let's keep going.
Yep. You know what? Okay. I want to give credit where it's due, okay?
Right.
After this match, I am convinced that Mara Sade could wrestle a broom and it would be a decent match. Because, frankly, the broom is only slightly more wooden than Ryan Nemeth.
God, Ryan, I was like, we need, like, You need to learn the basics again. And here's the thing. Mara, I definitely think it wants more reps in, and she should get more reps in.
Yeah.
Hell, but let's give her opponents that are going to accurately let her get those reps in. Ryan Nemeth is not one of them.
So, okay. You know what I think is happening, actually? They're pivoted. I think they're trying to pivot to Mara Sade as one of their top knockouts.
Mm-hmm.
Because, like, especially since there's been so many visa issues with Danny Luna, which would break my goddamn heart. Because Danny Luna showed so much promise. And if they're just like, oh no, visa issues, sorry, Danny, it's like, wow, eat shit. But honestly, if they're gonna build it to like that kind of a promote to that kind of thing, honestly, Mara Sade versus Danny Luna would be a hell of a match.
I am so here for that too. And Mara is getting the reps in, not just in here, but like watching her matches across the independent scene recently. I'm like, her and Willow Nightingale threw down not too long ago, and that match was actually pretty good. I love that match.
But like honestly, I'm okay with this because it, once again, building Mara as a top knockouts babyface, build Danny as a top knockouts heel or tweener, just the monster powerhouse that she is. Build her as that so that we can have this, quick hard striker Mara Sade versus the, hardcore graps of Danny Luna. It's, and especially I will say I'm while there was a slight suspension of disbelief breaking moment in this match when she had the bag full of lollipops. Like that was cute. That was like I didn't completely hate it. I am here for anything that's sort of a subversion or a tweak or a modification or a riff on classic spots like that. I'm okay with that. Like I didn't hate that spot.
I actually like that spot. I liked it. I was like, it's funny.
And like but once again, building her towards this person who is a baby face and willing to do some AEW sicko shit versus Danny Luna, who's a heel and willing to do some AEW sicko shit.
Listen, I was like, we saw that dog collar match. We know. We saw. I was just like, and I can't believe I'm saying this. That dog collar match was like, Indy, this was probably your best match too.
Yeah.
It's crazy. I did like this. I also really love the running, jumping off the chair into the quasi Superman punch spot too from Mara Sade. I was like, it was very solid. Got some kendo 6 shots there. Mara Sade wins. Here's hoping that we're done with the feud now. I was just like, this has been a rough go, but honestly, if this was the end goal was to get Mara Sade over, I'm here for it. Honestly.
Yep.
So fun match for what it was. It had some fun spots. I was like, I actually really liked it. It was pretty fun. It was pretty cool.
Yeah. And that is, as I said, that is entirely on the credit of Mara Sade.
Mm-hmm. I forgot y'all were still here. I love you, Manson Steph.
Yeah.
I was like, oh shit, y'all are here. Okay. TNA, I want y'all to do something with them because I like Mance. I like Steph.
Please do.
I know Mance can wrestle because Lord knows this man was GCW champion for almost 2.5 years at this point. Like, we know. I was like, just do something with him. Anyway, we'll see what happens. But I love you, Mance and Steph. Y'all are some crazy mofos, but I love y'all.
Yeah.
We love you. I like this. So at first I was so confused when we got this promo. I was just like, oh, are we getting like a casket match at No Surrender? That's kind of bucking. And then I find out that it's going to be next week on Thursday. I'm like, God damn it. I was like, oh, man.
Yeah.
But it's not just a casket match. Oh no, it is a guitar case casket match. I'm like, what the?
How are you gonna fit? How are you gonna fit anyone inside a guitar case?
I was just like, are we magically gonna turn people into the sizes of musical instruments? The hell? I don't know. The concept is interesting, and I'm just sitting here. I'm like, okay, who needs to win this more? And my opinion goes to Ali. Kind of needs to win because I don't want him to lose, but Elijah's been on the losing end for most of this, so I'm like, I don't know. it's a coin flip for me. I was just like, can they both lose? I don't know. But this promo is to get us to build to this guitar casket match happening next Thursday on TNA TV. So it's like, okay, we'll see how this goes. I was like, love you, Elijah, but I was just like, we got to figure out what we're doing in this feud. And I'm like, this is also another feud. I was like, can we be over now? We're done. We're like, there's no more to go with this.
Yep.
We're done. We are done with Ali and Elijah. This gives me heart palpitations because she has a match coming up at No Surrender. And I smell some bullshit happening. I smell some bullshit, Will.
Who is she going up against?
Liang Li for the title.
For the title.
I smell some
good.
Bullshit.
They're gonna give the TNA title back to another fucking NXT wrestler. God.
So this could go one of two ways, because I don't see Ariana or Stax both walking out as champion. So one of them is gonna stay champion. One of them is gonna lose in their match. And because of what happened here on this television, I am so afraid. And I don't want to be right, but I think Ariana is going to win the TNA Knockouts Championship at No Surrender.
So here's the thing about that. Did you hear about what NXT has recently copyrighted?
I have not. Please enlighten me.
They have recently copyrighted the name Birthright.
Oh, wait. Yes, I know. Because, again, I was like...
Because it's between... And it's supposed to be...
It's Lexus. It's Stax. It's...
Lexus, Stax, Ariana, Uriah Connors, I think is...
Who is one of Fit Finlay's sons. And then there is also, reportedly, and I hope this is not true, but there's also another Finlay coming in, possibly. But I was like, don't put him in NXT. Put David on the main roster.
David Finlay and Charlie Dempsey, too.
Yep. They're trying to recruit Charlie. I hate the name Birthright. It's just as bad as the culling, but you know what?
It's as bad as the culling. It's as bad as the cleanse. It's like it. We guys.
Like, what is with these? What is with these white supremacist power names? What is happening?
Like, yeah, guys. WWE and WWE adjacent properties. We got enough with the what's the word I'm looking for? What eugenics? That was like enough with like the eugenics based like stable names, okay? Like it
I know. Yeah,
but
when
you know what? And it's when next week on Dynamite, or maybe this week on Dynamite, because the news is fairly recent. If there aren't already going to be we want Brody and fuck Ice and like chants for that, like you don't need to dig that deep to find out where even the wrestling community, who is notoriously red state leaning, where they're going. It's
I don't know, man. I don't know. But when I saw her take the cover out of this pocket, I was like, I smell some bullshit happening at No Surrender. And I don't want it to be correct, but I'm afraid, like I said, Stax and Ariana, both of them are not walking out as champions. Somebody is going to lose. And I actually think Ariana has a better shot at winning hers than Stax has retaining his championship.
It would be funny if she won it and he lost it, and then they went through with the Birthright thing, and then he just kind of becomes her arm candy.
He becomes a little bitch.
Yeah, pretty much.
I was like, I hate it, but honestly, I'd be kind of here for this role reversal power dynamic.
Yeah.
Anyways, so yeah, she took the cover. I was just like, girl, I smell some bullshit happening at No Surrender. We shall see, though. Main event time. We get the System 2.0. It has been rebooted. It is Edward Edwards, Brian Myers, Cedric Alexander, and Bear Bronson taking on the team of our TNA World Champion, Mike Santana, Moose, and the current TNA World Tag Team Champs, the Hardys.
So, Mikey, I'm not even going to lie to you. I had such a hard time maintaining focus this episode. I kind of tuned out when this match came up.
I'm not gonna lie too, because I did too, because I knew how this was going to go, and by nobody's surprise, the system does win. Bear Bronson pinning Jeff Hardy for the win. I was just like, I tuned out because I was just like, none of the well, okay, I can't say that. 3 out of the 8 of these folks have matches scheduled for No Surrender, but none of them are against any of the people that make sense. Like Mike and Leon are taking on Edward Edwards and Nick Nemeth, and I'm just like, why? We did not do plot development for that. The Hardys are working with the Righteous against Order 4. So it's like, okay, I know the Hardys and the Righteous have been kind of circling each other still for a bit. But I'm like, when did they interact with Order 4? The hell? I was like, when did this happen? This has mostly been Elijah. Elijah's not on the card. I don't understand what happened with that. We're gonna get into it because they made some announcements for matches that were happening at No Surrender. I'm like, why? So
you know how we've talked about how the go home show for a lot of these pay-per-views tends to be like finishing your homework before in homeroom. This isn't even that. This is I did not do any of the research and have to present an oral presentation tomorrow. What do I do? I have done no research. I have not read the book.
I'm just like, why are we doing this? I don't understand. I'm like, anyways. Alrighty, here we go. So that was TNA. So that was the go home edition. I was like, this is I cannot believe I'm saying this, minus the BDE and Eric Young stuff. Everything was and getting Marashade that win in the Albuquerque street fight. Everything else was inconsequential. Mm-hmm. Alrighty, so we are not quite done yet because, well, technically No Surrender is over, but we're still going to do predictions, and then we're going to find out tomorrow morning how far correct or how far off base we were. So, Will, I'm going to send this form to you in the Discord.
And I'm definitely not going to quickly Google the results of No Surrender to cheat at it.
Be like, you bitch! No, just kidding. I was like, no, cheated. And that doesn't matter at this point. I'm just like, Will, Papa also is way ahead as the rest of us. I'm like, how the fuck did that happen? Anywho. So, if you are new here to BC WrestlePod, we have a prediction season that we are doing. After this, we have 2 more pay-per-views, and then the TNA prediction season is over because we run for TNA, we run Rebellion to Rebellion. So we started the season at Rebellion 2025, and it ends at Rebellion 2026. So as Will is looking up the answer and being a cheating little bitch. No, honestly, I feel that because Will is the heel and he needs these points out here, y'all.
Yeah.
But I kind of feel like we know what's about to go down, and I'm just like, all right. So we are making our predictions. The winner of the prediction leagues will get a fun little predictions belt that I will be sending them once the season is over because it's a lot of fun. Because why not? But let's get into these predictions, shall we? So we actually have 2 matches scheduled for the countdown show of No Surrender, and so we don't know the opponents quite yet. So we changed up the questions. So let's just get into it. So first, Sinner and Saint are finally back on my television screen. And I was just like, gosh darn, where have you boys been? And then I'm like, oh, wait, you're Canadian. So you and Jody and Hometown and a bunch of other folks with these visa issues. I swear to God, TNA, y'all had a whole month to get your shit together.
Although Hometown Man was on the Feast or Fired.
That is also very true. And I was just like, what is happening? Anywho, So Sinner and Saint are scheduled to be in action on the Countdown show, which means I got to watch the Countdown and the actual pay-per-view. So I changed it up because I don't know who their opponents are. Do Sinner and Saint win their match? And this one's easy. I'm like, duh. Oh, yeah.
Of course.
I was like, they can't be gone from television and not win. So,
and in action means they're going up against jobbers. So yeah,
So I'm like, they're bound to win. And we get the same thing, but instead, this is a singles action. Ryan Nemeth is in action. I'm just sitting here. I'm like, does he win his match? I'm like, no. I don't know. This one's weird. I was just like, why? Did you say ew?
Ew.
I was like, I should have put in don't care as an option.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm changing the rules. No and don't care are the same thing.
No. You have to, with this one, you have to ask who loses. The answer is the audience.
I lose. So I'm just putting in no because I was just like, nah, I don't want him winning, and Ryan Nemeth does not make sense in my world.
Okay, unless he's really leaning into this Andy Kaufman, I beat women at wrestling thing, and this is an excuse for a new debuting knockout or like a returning one or something like that.
Just beats his butt, beats his ass.
Exactly.
So we'll see what happens. Alrighty, so let's get into the main card. There are 7 matches currently scheduled, so let's get into this one. These are in no particular order, but honestly, this is how I would book the show. But then again, TNA and other promotions don't listen to me, so this is how I would book it. I could be, which is fine. So let's start off with our 8-man tag team match, where we have, for some reason, the Hardys and the Righteous taking on Order 4. And to me, the logical sense here is that Order 4 should win this match, because if you're going to continue to have the Hardys and the Righteous be in orbit of each other, they can't win this match. So, right. And plus, this is non-title. Probably, I was just like, Jeffrey can get pinned. I don't know, but I have Order 4 winning this one.
Yeah, me too.
I was just like, because the Hardys and Righteous need to lose this one in order to keep this story going.
Yep.
Alrighty. Can't believe I'm saying this, but the most intriguing plot development that we have gotten leading into this pay-per-view for No Surrender, we have BDE versus Eric Young. And because I want to see where this story goes, I cannot believe I'm saying this, but I'm going with Eric Young. I think Eric Young should beat BDE here. And then we, like you were saying, we start to get this development where BDE is like, damn, man, you're right. So I'm going with Eric Young on this one.
Yeah, that would be the hope. Actually, you know what? I think I'm going to go with BDE on this one. I think it's going to be. I think BDE is going to win, and Eric Young is going to continue his crusade elsewhere. Its crusade is going to continue, and it could lead to sort of a babyface turn or a tweener turn kind of thing. But I honestly, I was talking about BDE as the example because it's the current kind of storyline, it's the current feud. I'm not sure it's endgame. You know what I mean?
Very true. Very, very true. I can't believe it that this is the most intriguing plot development going into this pay-per-view. Yeah. It's just like, gosh, I was just like, I actually was here for this. We had some really great plot development. On the flip side, so they announced this, and I was just like, there can only be one, in my personal opinion. We're getting a Knockouts Battle Royale. Winner receives a future TNA Knockouts World title shot. And I was just like, I swear to God, if fucking Danny Luna does not come in and win this thing, I was like, what are we doing? There is only 2 correct answers here. Number 1 is Danny Luna. Number 2, the only other one that I am okay with is because I missed her and like we've kind of glazed over a little bit. Jody Threat is my second pick, but I'm going with Danny Luna. I was just like, girl, I want my rematch. Or
okay, like,
but I was just like, why are we having a battle royale? The hell?
Because they're out of ideas. That's why.
That's true.
If this isn't going to be a showcase for Danny Luna or Mara Sade, then what's the damn point?
For reals.
Because it's like it. No, excuse me. Those are the best case scenarios. It's to get Danny Luna and Mara Sade a little bit more shine and try to get them closer to the title.
Mm-hmm.
Worst case scenario
is Tessa Blanchard.
No. Worst case scenario is more NXT people.
God, I hope not. So, okay, let's realistically go over. So let's just say there's no NXT folks coming into this match, right? So let's look at all the people that we have currently as knockout decision. So of course we have the Diamond Collective. That's Tessa, Victoria, Mila, We have Myla Grace and Harley Hudson. So those are 5 right there. Jeff Threat, Dan Luna,
Marshade,
and Jada Stone, Marshade, Tasha Steeles. And that's pretty much it because everybody else is involved in something else.
Right. Like that's not counting the elegance. That's not counting the elegance brand because they're not going to.
Oh, I forgot Elena Black too. How can I forget Elena Black?
Elena Black. And they're not going to go in with and you know what? Because they're not going to go in with odd numbers. Rosemary.
God, I miss Rosemary. I was like, where is she? Anywho, I was just like, I don't really like the choices there, but it is what it is. Thank you, Cameron, for fixing yourself. I appreciate you. Alrighty. So I'm just like, honestly, the only option that makes sense to me personally is Danny Luna. I was just like, homegirl needs to win.
Yes.
And if she doesn't come out for this match, I need her to come out during the Knockouts Championship match and just wreck house and cause a disqualification and leave. Like, honestly. She's like, oh, we have this title match that I never got. Okay, destroy Ariana, destroy Lee. All right, let's go. Anywho, so yeah, I'm Danny Luna winning here because that's the only option that matters at this point. TNA, I love you, but I also hate you sometimes. Why do you do this to me? Alrighty, let's keep this going.
Yep.
Speaking of knockouts action, I have the Elegance brand retaining because what else is new?
Yeah, no, this was a tag team thrown together at the last minute. Yeah, it's Elegance brand is retaining.
I swear to God, if we hot potato this title, I'm gonna be so upset. All right, so Elegance brand, that's easy enough for us. Okay, this is where some things are gonna go down because between this match and the Knockouts Championship match, somebody is walking out a winner and somebody is walking out a loser between the couple of Ariana and Stax.
Put it this way. In this match, if they don't give the belt to Trey Miguel, whoever is on their writing staff needs to be fired.
For real. Trey Miguel has had a really shitty month.
Trey Miguel has had a really shitty month. And quite frankly, he's one of the only people they have left that's a credible babyface.
For reals. I was like, the crowd loves him. Like, he is one if you're like, yeah, exactly. So this is the TNA International Championship, Stax versus Trey Miguel, just because I don't want to see Stax as champion. And honestly, with Trey back in the company, I think Trey Miguel is going to win this one. And I'm going to go with Trey here.
Yeah, I'm going with Trey. Like, the other thing with Trey is if TNA was smart, and that's a big if, I understand. But if TNA was smart, they would strap a rocket to Trey Miguel's back and launch him as quickly to the top of the card as they can.
Mm-hmm.
Because it's got to be one of those moments of like, oh, AEW, you're going to pass on this guy? All right. Your loss, and then make him a big deal.
For reals. I'm like, Trey wins this one for me because I was like, strap the rocket to Trey.
Right.
And, so let's go. So, but because I picked Trey, that means that we got to balance it out in some capacity. So because she has that Cobra, I don't like it, but somehow I smell some shenanigans and some bullshit here. I think Ariana is actually walking away as champion in this one. And I'm like, I hate it. I hate it so much.
Yeah, I could see that as well. And partially because of her shenanigans, partially because of the whole, birthright thing, partially because honestly, I think I like Laying Lee better as a tag team competitor. Like I put it this way, I would rather see
her and Zaya work together better as a tag team in terms of like not only character chemistry but in-ring chemistry. They are fantastic as a tag team.
Yeah,
she's a strong singles competitor, but I think that right now, because if you look at the lineage that this Knockouts title has had, and I love Lang Lee so much, but the lineage includes Masha Slamovich, Jordan Grace, Trinity, Mickey James, Deonna Purrazzo, and that's just within the last 5 years, and Tasha Steelz too. I'm like, Danny Luna, I think, should be set up to fill that monster champion for the
Right.
Knockouts
Well,
division.
and not just that, but like Lang Lee, once again, I like her in the ring a lot. But she's kind of suffering from the same problem that Rich Swann is suffering from. The whole, like, she can go in the ring like nobody's business. But like her character doesn't. There's something about her character that doesn't click. And I understand that a large part of that is going to be the language barrier, you know, but like, honestly, like, she's in a very interesting place, because if she wanted to, if she really wanted to play into her heritage, because that's the cool thing about her, you know, is that, like, especially in the industry, in the wrestling industry, Japanese wrestlers are a dime a dozen. Chinese wrestlers, almost unheard of. And if she really wanted to lean into her heritage like that and make it a big deal, I'm not Japanese, I'm Chinese, and like really focus on, like, really put forward this notion of like of where she came from, and like that could be a really interesting thing, I think. But you got to build to that, you know, and you got to take some time to spotlight that, which TNA seems unwilling to do with her. So with that in mind, it feels like keeping her in the tag team division right for the time being, until they can, like, decide to go all in on her, you know, to actually invest some time. And not just, okay, put it this way, if you had invested the same amount of time on her in this particular episode that we just watched that you did for Ariana, or that you did with Daria, then yeah, there might have been a little bit more investment, that might have had a little bit more faith in her being able to retain the title in this match, in the pay-per-view match.
100%. Oh no, this doesn't bode well for us. So, commentary in the chat. New friendo, Mr. Armin Mirza. felt like a 3-hour average episode of Impact letdown.
Yeah.
And I put in no spoilers. So we are unaware of the results of everything that happened at No Surrender. We will be doing that post show next Friday, because we give ourselves about a week to catch up, and then also we have to do that because sometimes we need to sit with our feelings after we watch these shows. I was like, I have to process these things. So, all right, so essentially both picked Ariana to win. I was like, I smell some bullshit. So Stacks and Ariana can both win. I was like, the laws of wrestling shall not decree it. So I think Trey wins his, but Ariana takes the title from Lang Lee. So that's, I want to be wrong, but who knows? This is a clusterfuck of a match. I was just like, how did we get here? Like, this match was made and we have no plot development whatsoever.
Okay. This is what needs to happen, and once again, may have happened in the thing. Over the course of this pay-per-view, because they made such a big deal about it, about the whole option C thing, what they need to do is basically have this go from a tag team match to a fatal 4-way.
I was like, I'm here for that.
That would be the logical thing to do, is have Leon Slater so like, nope, I'm invoking option C. I'm giving up the X Division title and because I want a title shot. And then they're like, okay, we've got 3 people with valid title shots. Change it from a tag team to a fatal 4-way. And because if they were to do that, then I would immediately say Leon Slater wins because they would be mad to not put the TNA world title on Leon Slater before his contract runs out and he goes to WWE.
Hang on, I got to throw the jokes in here. Wait, so you guys missed out on the new NWO debut tonight? Damn, okay, I won't spoil no more. And then go a step further, the Nemeth World Order. Listen, Armin Midoza, you are a new friend. Please subscribe and come into our chats more often. We loved it.
Oh, that's super good.
Oh, fair question. Curious though, why are you guys a week behind? So the way
we're only a day behind, actually.
We're a day behind. So we usually do our TNA post shows on Friday. So we do them the day after the episode airs on Thursday. But for pay-per-views, usually any TNA pay-per-views or the weekly TVs, we always do it on the Friday because that's how the schedule works out. Now, for the big four pay-per-views, they're a little bit easier to do because they don't happen the same time that we do a post-show breakdown for a go-home show. But when it comes to the pay-per-views that are not the big four, so Genesis, Rebellion, Slammiversary, Bound for Glory, they usually put them on Fridays, and it's annoying as hell. Oh my goodness. So yeah, we're only a day behind. So yeah. But yeah, thank you for the question though.
Yeah, of course. It's the should watch the NWO and wrap 2 reviews into one.
It's a lot of wrestling, trust us.
Yeah, it's anyway. Yeah, no, that put it this way. I don't care who wins as a tag team match, don't care. If Leon Slater invokes option C and they turn this into a fatal 4-way, Leon Slater.
For us, it stays a tag team. Leon Slater. But I was just like, why are we here? Anyways, so those are predictions for and
okay. Your audio's cut. Your audio's cutting out a little bit there, buddy. And unfortunately, the way the audio sort of picked up, it sounded like you said those are our predictions for hentai, and
I mean that's more interesting than what we saw. But anywho, nope. But that is it for us here at our for Takedown Troupe. We will be back next Friday to break down No Surrender. Armin, if you are not subscribed to our channel, please do and come back next Friday so you can talk all the copious amounts of shit with us. Shit the breeze.
Because we will play. We have plenty of shit to talk. I guarantee you that.
Please, and hopefully we will have Papa also with us to do No Surrender with us too. So we will have our whole crew with us. So that's going to be it. We have a crazy week coming up. Outside of all the regular stuff, Tuesday is AEW, Wednesday is NXT and CMLL, Thursday, the Progress Wrestling crew will be here to, break it down in brightest day. And then we'll be here on Friday for No Surrender. So,
I know it's not even going live until like March, but you saw who's going to be in the next Mystery Wrestling, right?
I lost my absolute fucking mind.
Fucking MJF is going to be on Mystery Wrestling.
So, Radio, you need to be on that show. The door is always open.
100%. 100%.
Something tells me that.
Are you kidding? If I didn't have PAX East like that same weekend, I would be planning on driving to Gatineau. All right.
So, but hopefully you could be there for the post show. And I'm going to be completely honest. I think you and everyone and their mother on here wants to be a part of that Mystery Wrestling. I was just like,
yes.
Let's see how this works out. But no, seriously,
more people need to watch Mystery Wrestling.
Yes, more people need to watch Mystery Wrestling. But no, for real, Will, you have an open invitation to join us if the date lines up. We'll talk afterwards. I got that.
Yeah.
But that's going to be it for us here. Thank you so much for tuning in. We will be back next Friday to break down No Surrender. And yeah, from all of us here at BC WrestlePod, remember, take care of yourself, love one another, stay iconic, and more importantly than anything, you always deserve to finish your story. We will see you next week for another jam-packed week of post shows. But until then, sayonara, adios, and until next time, peace.